Hey guys, welcome to Daddy Cooks. Guess what? I was challenged by Jared Rose, the daddy from Frac Daddy BBQ, to make carnitas. Now, actually, this is daddy on daddy crime. Anyway, if you want to see how this turns out, stay tuned. Can daddy cook?
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, welcome back to Daddy Cook. Like I said, I'm doing carnitas now. Before I get into it, I want to give a shout out to the cooking cop and babe right here. One, I want to give him a shout out, and to Josh from the cooking cop. He's going through a trying time and he's battling cancer. In the description box and also somewhere on this screen, you're going to see a link to, if you find it in your heart to donate because they're going through a trying time. He's a law enforcement officer and a good friend of mine. I really appreciate your support. Bam, got that out of the way. I wish you well, Josh, and thank you in advance for everybody there. All right, guys, carnitas are a staple, all right, a Mexican staple, and it's pretty much pulled pork. They're delicious. What you're gonna do is confit, all right, pretty much cook them in an oil, stew them slowly in an oil, and then you're also gonna let them fry so that they're crispy on the outside and pulled porkish on the inside. You use them from tacos. They're delicious. Now, for me to do this, let me show you the supporting cast. The supporting cast is what we have here. This is a pork shoulder, a pork butt. Now, what I did with this pork butt is I had to bone it and cut it up. You will see that in the prep footage. It's pretty cool. So with the pork butt, I'm also going to cook them in lard, all right? Manteca, I think that's right. Manteca, or lard, all right? I have 2 Dutch ovens of lard right here. You'll see them once I start doing some B-roll footage and everything starts cooking, all right? Now, I have a red one. You notice everything in here is red. My pot, my shirt, my hat. My brother-in-law brought me over another one because I needed 2 crock pots, and then after he saw what I was doing, he's like, shit, I should have brought the red one. He said I'm messing up the aesthetic. Anyway, lard. If you have problems with cholesterol, this is not the recipe for you because you need to use lard. Continuing on. Once I get the meat cooked, I'm gonna add Mexican Coca-Cola. I'm not being racist. I said Mexican because Mexican Coca-Cola has sugar in it in the process, whereas American Coca-Cola uses corn syrup. And you don't want to have the corn syrup when you pour it into your big old vat of lard. All right, I'm also gonna add some evaporated milk. Bam, I'm a salt and pepper. I'm using Himalayan pink salt and a pepper medley. I'm gonna use oregano. I'm gonna use a couple of bay leaves. I'm gonna use 1 orange per Dutch oven. Once again, I have 2 of them, so I'm doubling up the recipe. You'll see how this goes. I'm gonna use a half of an onion on each pot, and I'm gonna use about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic for each pot. All right, guys, so let me get this prep footage done. You're gonna see this pork butt get deboned and chopped up, and we'll start the cooking process. I will be right back. All right, folks, now that the meat has been cut up, all I did was put all of that meat inside of the 2 Dutch ovens alone, just in the lard, and I let them cook for about an hour, actually for exactly an hour, and I was stirring them occasionally, make sure they wouldn't burn on the bottom, and they looked like this. After they cooked for an hour and they started getting a little bit of color, at that point, I added all my other ingredients. And that process needs to be carefully, because if you add the liquids too fast, you could have an overflow and you don't want to burn your house down. Once all the ingredients were added, the liquids and all of the other seasonings and aromatics, I let it cook on medium-low for an additional hour. After that hour, all of the extra liquid evaporated. It was back to lard, and I let it cook until it got G-bad, golden brown, and delicious. Then all I had to do was to take them out of the pots carefully, and I put them on a wire rack, and they look magnificent. Doesn't that look great? That looks fantastic. I did taste them. They came out great, so I did not have to add any more salt and pepper, but season your food to your liking. And the next thing I had to do is put these tacos together. I pulled the meat and put these tacos together, and that looked like this. And that brings me to where I am right now, which is the taste test. I'm so excited. Now, I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of cilantro, but I did put cilantro on here because of the recipe. If you're not a fan of cilantro, I've been told, I don't know if this is true or not, that you have people with two genes. Either you have the gene that cilantro tastes great, or you have the gene where the cilantro tastes like soap. I think I'm a soap guy, but I'm gonna try. Here we go. Here we go. Take a quick bite. That looks fantastic. Smells great. Here we go. Okay. I'm not getting the soapiness, which is odd. I'm getting the earthiness of the cilantro. Obviously, I got the onions, a little bit of twang from the lime, the savoriness of the meat. Surprisingly, even though I added evaporated milk and I added Mexican Coca-Cola, it's not sweet. It just has a great flavor. Wow. I'm going in again. Oh. Bear with me, sorry. Folks, I think this is an absolute do. Make sure you don't overcook your meat. Mine has a little extra crisp. It's still pulled porkish in the middle, and mine has a little extra crisp. I maybe could have pulled it a little bit sooner, but they look fantastic and they taste great. I highly recommend this. All right, Jared, Frac Daddy BBQ. There's my recipe. I'm looking forward to yours. My girls call me
Daddy,
and I cook. Can Daddy cook?
mm-hmm.